What in tarnation? Hello, YouTubians. Cooter Below here, coming at you with another exciting video. Yes, there's my basil, my mint, and my sage. I wanted to show everybody how I make bone broth soup, and this time is special because I'm breaking a 9-day water fast body reboot, basically. So the reason why I'm breaking my fast, if anybody wants to know how to break a fast, the best way in my own, I'm no expert, I'm not claiming to be an expert, but the reason why I'm breaking my fast with bone broth soup is because it has fat and it has protein above anything else. Those are the two most important criteria when I break my fast. And the reason for that is this whole 9 days of being on a prolonged fast. I'll even do this after a 24-hour fast or a 36-hour fast or a 3-day fast or whatever it is. The reason why I want to do that is because during the fast, my body has been using fat for fuel. So by breaking the fast with fat, most importantly, I'm basically continuing that process of tricking my body genetically into continually burning body fat as a source of fuel. So that's very, very important. Okay, let's talk about the meats that are in here. Beef shank, right? These two and these three usually sells for $3 to $4 a pound, give or take. As long as it's grass-fed, non-GMO, those two things are the most important things, right? Organic as possible. The reason for that is because I don't want the pesticides, the hormones in there. You get the idea. Anyways, bone marrow is very, very important. That's going to be a little bit contributing to that fatty element. The beef itself, that's a good source of protein. And then I've got this external fat going on there. You get the idea. When I can afford it, I'm broke, but when I can afford it, I try to get oxtail. This is what oxtail looks like. Basically, same thing. There's softer cartilage in here, which is kind of nice. There's also some fat around the meat, as you can see. This is a little more pricey. This usually goes for around $10 a pound, give or take. But anyways, you get the idea. Grass-fed, non-GMO, and as organic as possible is the most important thing. So what I will do is I will flavor this with some black pepper, Himalayan pink salt, and some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. That'll all get coated on this and then basically go into a preheated 350-degree oven on roast. The reason why I want the roast is because it's got the top heat and the bottom heat in the oven. And basically that keeps it from turning into a soupy mess. I don't want that. What I want is I want the charring on the outside. I want the browning. That contributes to the flavor. You get the idea. After that's cooked off for about 30 minutes, I will throw that into my handy dandy All-Clad 12-quart pan, stock pot. This thing is amazing. I can't tell you enough good things about this thing. I am getting a pressure cooker / air fryer, which I'm planning on doing all this and that pretty soon. You have to stay tuned for that video, which is coming probably later in the next month or so. Anyways, once I throw all the meat in there, I want to deglaze this pan with some wine. Doesn't matter if it's red or white or whatever. Try to use whatever you have. I'm not really a wine drinker. This is actually my roommate's. But try to use whatever wine you have. The reason for that is because I want to get all those brown bits, that fond that's down there, and then pour the wine back into the soup stock or whatever it is. Okay, so then what I've got going on in the stock pot is I basically am going to put in some lemon. That'll help to break down or not to break down, but to pull out the minerals and the vitamins and the nutrients that are in those bones, right? To help to pull those out. So lemon is very important. I put some orange peel in for flavor, just the whole, like I just peeled the navel orange. Look at how beautiful this color is. Organic, non-GMO, you get the idea. Great oranges to use. I wash them before, obviously, wash all this up before I put it in there. The lemon I'm going to cut in half, squeeze the juice, and then throw the whole lemon in there. That's good too. I'm also going to put in some apple cider vinegar. That's very, very important because, again, the apple cider vinegar helps to pull out the minerals and the vitamins and the nutrients that are in these bones while it's cooking off in the stock pot. All right, let's move on. For greens, I've got some kale, organic kale, as you can see, very, very important. This is, I believe, frisee. I don't know what the technical term for this is. I'm going totally blank right now. 9 days without food is getting to me slowly. But whatever this is, I put some of this in there for the green leafy element. Kale is a powerhouse of nutrients. I believe somebody said somewhere that it's the most organically nutrient-dense leafy green vegetable, or one of the top leafy green vegetables possible out there. So that's going to go in there. I'm going to throw in some celery. I've got some, what is this, scallions? Scallions that have basically lost their tops. Mini onions, whatever you want to call them. That's all going to go in there. Then I've got some green onion. So scallion, bigger bulb on the bottom. Green onion, not so much of a bulb. What I am going to do is I'm going to cut these ends off, and then I'm going to regrow these. So that's a trick I'll have to show you later. I've got a leek in there. That's very, very important. Then I've got a couple red onions. I prefer the red onions because I'm already getting the white part of the onion over here. Anyways, you get the idea. I'll quarter those, leave them big chunks. Then I've got some carrots. I wish I had more. Then I'm going to throw in some garlic. Very, very important for flavoring. I wish I had more garlic. I'm just out right now, so I may have to do a run to the store, go grab some more. Flavoring. A little bit of sage. This is fresh. This is from my garden. Then I've got some basil. Basil, please. In Italian, we say basilico. But please use the correct pronunciation when you pronounce this. It's basil, people. Okay? Basil, basil, basil. Then I've got some mint over here. Just a little bit of mint. This is the Italian mint. Love this stuff. It just gives it all a nice little flavoring. I am going to put in some red pepper chili flakes, whatever you want to call that. Just a few in there just to kind of give it a little bit of a kick. Then what I've got is a little bit of ground cinnamon here. I like the cinnamony quality to keep the blood sugar low. You get the idea. There are some carbs action going on here, so the cinnamon helps to control that. Then I've got some paprika. This is just purely for flavor. I do like the earthy, barbecue-y kind of a flavor that you get out of this. I hate cumin. I'm not a fan of cumin, so I'm not putting cumin in. So instead I put in paprika. Okay, then what I've got is some dried oregano. This was also from my garden that I dried out and did that whole spiel. But basically some dried oregano in there because I'm Italian. I like the oregano flavor. Okay, then more Italian, right? This is going to be all the stuff that I couldn't afford at the market. The marjoram, the thyme, the rosemary, the savory, more oregano, and more basil. Basically, if I could afford to buy some marjoram and thyme fresh and get some fresh rosemary, that would be awesome. I have to start planning that stuff and getting that stuff into more and more of my stuff. Anyways, that's basically everything that's in the soup. What I'm going to do is prep all this, throw it into the stock pot with the meat after the meat's been cooked, fill it up with some nice, good water. Like if I could use filtered water, I will. Thank God I have a machine for that, so that's what's going to happen in there. Trying to avoid all the city stuff that gets put into the water. That's the most important thing. Okay, so then once all of this goes into that stock pot, I'm going to bring it up to a boil. I'm not going to add any additional salt yet because obviously if I salted it now, by the time the water reduces a little bit, it's going to be more salty. So I don't want to do that. What I do want to do is just boil everything on its own, right? Bring it up to a boil and then bring it down to a simmer and let that simmer for usually 12 hours is the best. So if you can let your stock simmer for 12 hours, that's best. The longer you do it, even better. But I don't recommend that for most people because who wants to have their oven running in the middle of the night and then potentially risk having a fire? You get the idea. Warning, 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 warning. Danger, Will Robinson, right? So 12 hours for me is good. Anyways, when I feel like the soup's gotten to a point where it's good, and the reason for that prolonged simmering is because you're helping to pull out more nutrients and minerals out of these bones. That's very, very important. So that's why I do it for so damn long. Anyways, when I feel like it's at a point where it's starting to taste good, then I will go ahead and add the salt to make it to taste whatever, so that it all tastes good. Anyways, down there below, please remember to hit that subscribe button. I'm really, really, really trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the month. So please make that happen. Hit that subscribe button, share this video, like this video. Like button should be there. They keep switching it around. The like used to be over here. The subscribe used to be over here. Now I think they flipped it. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, down in the description there down below, there's a link to my Facebook page, Cooter Malloy Product Reviews. So make sure to visit that Facebook page. Give me a subscribe on there and a like on there if you like what you see and you want to keep seeing more. Also, Lastly, down in the description there down below, there is some cool links to some pretty cool products. I recently updated all those products and those links, so make sure to check those out. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that is going to be happening in the next few days and few weeks. I'm starting a microgreens garden. That's in the works. I will update that video when I get a chance to do that. But basically, you get the idea. Leading an entirely new lifestyle, trying to get as much bone broth into me as possible, trying to cut out as many carbs as possible, all that stuff in future videos to come. Anyways, I am Cooter Malloy. Thank you all for subscribing. If you have any comments, please post them down in the comment section there down below. I check those periodically, and I will catch you all on the next video.